How's it going, guys? I'm Pat Benstead. I'm a coach here at Empower, and today my intention is about resilience.
Okay, here we go, team. We're going to start off with some running in place, and part of the emphasis here is I really want you to try to be as light as you possibly can on your toes. All right, make it a challenge to yourself that you're going to try not to hear your feet hit the ground. One of those two have bones that are cracking, but it's all good. It's all good. Good, let's keep that going. I want you guys here for a good 2 minutes, okay? So just make sure your timer's in front of you and you can see this thing tracking down to 2 minutes, okay? Pump those arms, get that air in. Try to move in a little bit, stay nice and tight. Good, once you get your 2 minutes done, go ahead and shake it off for a little bit, right? Go ahead and place your hands on your low back. Keep your feet shoulder width apart. Remember, drive your feet into the ground and really try to pop your knees to go out without moving your feet. Do not let your feet come off the ground. Get those IT bands activated. Good, hold that position there. Now go ahead and give me back bends. We're just gonna go ahead and hit about 10 of these, 8 to 10. That's it. Kind of fall all the way back, right back forward, all the way back, right back forward. Get your feet a little closer together. Good. Go ahead and bend forward, bend back. Nothing too crazy now, nice and loose. That's it. Once you guys get your 10 done, go ahead and shake it off again a little bit. Good, so we've got 2 minutes already that you ran. You got your 10 back bends, right? Running in place to back bends. Now what I want you guys to do is I want you to go ahead and start jogging your feet around in place nice and lightly, okay? And count yourself at home. Every 10 seconds of this like little in-place jog, I want you to hit a little burst of 10-second quick feet chops, okay? So for now, I'll call it. Hit. Good, right back to in-place jogs. And if you're at home, just count yourself. Just count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hit. Good, you want to just keep this going for about a minute, okay? Once you guys do a minute of that, you got your 2 minute jog, you got your back bends, you got a minute of that. I'd consider your legs being nice and loose for a little leg day. Obviously, I have the expectations you guys have loosened up a little bit before you start this workout with some stretches, some core activation, some mobility work that Pat will bring into the mix here at the end of the week for next week to kind of help. But again, please be mindful of doing the activations you know best suit you prior to starting. So today we're going to just have a big emphasis on legs. And as you know, or don't know and want to know, our program over the next 4 weeks is going to be an evolutionary play. So everything you're doing this week will help complement what you've got going on next week and the week after and so on. So it's a build-up, okay? So again, we're staying very, very fundamental and basic. We're just mechanics now. Now what I want you to do is keep your feet shoulder width apart. Good. That's some big shoulders, Patrick. There you go. Keep those feet flat to the ground. Good. Get those knees popped out as wide as you can, keeping your feet flat. Now go ahead and drop as low as you can into a deep squatted position off your heels. I want you to come up, spring the tips of your toes, and hold that for 3, 2, 1, and do that again. Again. 3, 2, 1, again. So the whole goal here for you is to do this for 4 sets of 15, okay? So say we're on number 13, we're on number 14, and now we're on number 15. Once you come off of that, go ahead and shake your legs off a little bit. If the heart rate is up, if the stress is high, control it with some deep breaths. Remember, utilize your reset by just these deep breaths into the diaphragm, okay? And if you're with your teammates and your partners, make sure you kind of let them know, like if your chest is expanding a little too aggressively, then you're obviously not breathing into your diaphragm. So really try to have that all go into that belly button, okay? So set 1 of 4 sets of 15 are those deep squats to toe holds, okay? Workout number 2 of the 5, we're gonna be seated in a crab walk position, which means all fours. Palms are down, feet are down, hips are up as high as you can possibly get them, almost into a tabletop position, okay? Now from here, I want you to hold this for 10 seconds. You get that 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to take 1 inch forward with both feet. Drive your hips as high as you possibly can. Another 10 count. 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1. Now, another inch. Good, so we're on our 3rd inch of hips up at 10 seconds. Once we get this one complete, we go another inch, and this one isn't flat-footed, this one's on the tips of our toes, and we're driving our hips up as high as we possibly can for 10, 3, 2, 1. Now, inch your feet all the way back to the starting point. Feet flat. Drive your hips up as high as you can for 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1. Inch up forward. 10 to 1, inch forward. 10 to 1, inch forward. Tip your toes. 10 to 1, work it all the way back. You're going to keep this going for 3 minutes straight. Okay? 3 minutes of this consistent play of 3 inches forward, 3 inches forward, you're going to be flat-footed. Your 4th inch is going to be on the tippy toes, and then you're going to work that all the way back and restart. Okay, so you have 4 different inch states that you could be in this crab walk position for 3 minutes. Okay? Time. Go ahead and rest it out. Take those deep breaths in your diaphragm. Shake out your legs. You can either sit on the ground, do what Patrick is doing, shaking off his legs, or you can do what Katie's doing, or you can stand up, walk around, do whatever it is that you need to do or want to do to help yourself recover for a bit. Okay, again, you have to do all of this within 10 breaths. Okay, number 3, go back to the ground. Good, let's go ahead and place our hands flat to the ground, sit high on that tailbone. And I really want you guys to avoid leaning back on this next drill. Try to sit forward and straight. And I want you to go ahead and flex your legs as hard as you possibly can. Good. Keep your feet flat to the ground. I want you to go ahead and lift your right leg up as high as you possibly can. I want you to hold that for 10 seconds, down to 1. Once you get to 1, I want you to pump 50 pumps as high as you can to as low as you can without touching the ground. Ready? Go. Once you get your 50 done, I want you to hold for another 10 seconds. Once you complete that 10 seconds, go ahead and drop it. Go ahead and beat up that quad a little bit. Shake off that hip. Good. Take no more than 3 or 4 seconds here, and then switch. Left leg up as high as you possibly can. We're going to do a 10-second hold, and then 50 pumps. Go. 50's done. Hold. 10-second hold, and reach out as far as you possibly can, and try to avoid leaning back. Naturally, we want to lean back here. We want to avoid that. Drop. Go ahead, punch that thing out a little bit. Perfect. What we're going to do here is going to be 3 sets of 50 on each leg with the 10-second holds at the start and end. Okay?
Have fun with those.
But again, you guys, these things start to get pretty ugly, and they feel really tough, and they feel, you know, like it's just something really uncomfortable, and it's obviously foreign because not everybody trains like this, but it's going to be super important that, again, trying to figure out, in Patrick's case, how does this help with resilience, right? I don't know, Patrick, what types of thoughts are in your mind, but it'd be cool for you to share with the community on how this applies or correlates to the mindset and the ideology you have around how this can contribute to resilience.
Well, I can speak from my point of view for myself, is that when I start to feel fear or anxiety, I personally feel weak or small. I feel like I can't do anything, or I can't go anywhere, or I can't make myself want to get up out of bed and go after what I want. And when I do a hard workout, brush up against something that's really challenging, I remember how strong I actually am.
Cool.
How I can push through.
Terrific. Good. Let's get to workout number 4. So now what we're going to do with our fourth act in this set, we're going to get into a mountain climber position, which is very similar to the push-up positions from yesterday. Okay? So what I want you to do when you're in this push-up position is I want you to go ahead and lift one leg up, which is going to be your trigger leg. At this one, we'll start with our right leg. Okay? We're going to hold that up in a bent knee position, and you're going to count to 10. Once your 10 is done, You're going to sprint as hard as you can for 20 steps. Once your 20 is done, you're going to freeze and have your left leg pop up now. You're going to hold that for a 10 count. Then you're going to go again for another 20. And then hold that right leg up. You got your 10 seconds and you go again. Then you hold your left leg up. Time. That's one set of 3, okay? And in between each set of having your right leg up twice and your left leg up twice, I want you to go ahead and take those deep breaths into your diaphragm, very similar to what Patrick is doing, and very similar to what Katie's doing with her hands on their belly buttons, trying to really breathe into that diaphragm for that reset. You have no more than 10 deep breaths that you can take before you have to start set 2 of the mountain climbers, okay? On our second set of the mountain climbers, you're going to hit the 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20. Then you're going to add 10 jumps, okay? 10 jumps to the outside of your hands. Now, as you do these jumps, it's very, very important that your heels and your feet as a whole land to the outside of your hands. And I want you guys to think of blue sky. So try to look up through your ceiling, or if you're on your balcony or your rooftop or at the beach, look up to the sky. Okay, so after you guys get done with your 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20, great. Spread your feet a little bit and jump your feet to the outside of your hands as high as you possibly can for a 10 count. Time. Go ahead and shake that off and breathe. Now remember, the only reason we incorporated the jumps on the second and third set is because we just wanted you to be able to have a little bit of comfort with that position, the mountain climber position. Okay, cool. Now for set 5, or station 5 of the set, we're gonna jump into our 3 sets of 25s, okay? The S of 25s means there's gonna be 3 different activities in this one position. So we're gonna go ahead and get on all fours. Katie's gonna have her left leg kicked all the way back. Patrick's gonna have his right leg kicked all the way back, okay? It's really important to have our spine straight, hands pointed forward. It always helps to have our chest over our hands here and make sure we're tucking in that chin, okay? Almost look for a double chin to be able to keep that spine straight, okay? Now I want you to kick that leg out as far as you possibly can, and we're gonna go for 25 leg lifts. And with the leg lifts, I want you to whip it as high as you possibly can and get it as close as you can to the ground, okay? Once you get your 25 done, 23, 24, 25, I want you to bring that knee in, and I want you to kick that knee out for 25 on whatever it is you like to call this thing. From knee outs to fire hydrant to whatever it is, hit 25, okay? Once you get your 25th, so we're gonna 23, 24, 25, hold that knee out. I want you to drive that to your armpit for 25. 2, 3, 4, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25. Go ahead, reset. Now hit the other leg and do the exact same thing, okay? We're gonna go for 3 sets of 25s on each side. All right, practice heroes, you guys can stand up now, so we're all good. Okay, so the goal here is to be able to get you guys to be able to go through all of that. And then I want you to end with a 3-minute jumping jack or a 3-minute run in place. Do something to shake everything off and help you just reset. But shake it off, nice and light. Boom. Good. Get a good 3 minutes. Once you get your 3 minutes done, I want you to either sit down, I want you to lay down, I want you to kick your legs up. You can put them up against the wall. You can sit yourself in a stretch position. You can sit on your knees. Do whatever it is you think you need to do to help with a bit of your recovery. But this is again where I want you to take these breaths and see, in Patrick's case, for example, today, how and what today did for you to be able to form and build that relationship with resilience. Again, we have to remember these emotions, these feelings, these thoughts. These aren't things that should shy us away from wanting to quit or wanting to limit ourselves from anything. I think it's super, super important to utilize this time and these behavioral practices to really help you build a relationship with those feelings, build a relationship with that frustration, build a relationship with what you consider an inability. But I'm hoping today helped. Again, I'm not gonna preach and push too much down your throat. We're just here to just share our perspective of kind of what's working for us in our community, and we hope it's helpful. And thank you guys. And